The Golden State Warriors, the most playoff-experienced team in the NBA, took the floor in Game 1 of this best-of-7 series against a young and energetic Houston Rockets squad. From the opening tip, it was clear this game would be a fast-paced battle. Jimmy Butler opened strong with a smooth mid-range jumper just below the free-throw line. Jalen Green tried to push the pace, but Moses Moody wasn't having it, sliding his feet perfectly and swatting Green's shot. Moments later, Moody drained a wide-open three and followed it up with another big-time block on Green, setting the tone on both ends. Buddy Hield made his presence felt, streaking ahead of the pack for an easy layup. Jamiski then read a pass perfectly and set up Brandon, who finished the play before Cam Whitmore could even elevate, showing off a lightning-quick move reminiscent of Tony Parker scoring off the wrong foot. Klay Thompson reminded everyone of his athleticism, flying in for a thunderous finish. Jamiski continued his solid play, blowing by Reed Shepherd for a layup, highlighting the difference in playoff readiness and composure. Houston tried to answer, but their tired legs showed. A fatigued shot attempt was cleaned up by Moody, who timed his tip-in perfectly. The Warriors' offense, the classic give-and-go between Jimmy Butler and his teammate, looked effortless. One of the oldest plays in basketball, executed to perfection. The Heat looked poised and calm, ready to enjoy the week off with confidence. As the energy shifted, music filled the arena and the crowd roared with applause. Outside, Butler surveyed the floor. He found Payton, who passed to Pikey. A well-timed pick was set, but the shot didn't fall, and Houston came down with the rebound, still holding on to their earlier 12-point lead. Moments later, a smooth pass found Klay Thompson, who quickly dished it to Shannon. Shannon finished the play with a nice lay-in, courtesy of another smart assist from Thompson. The Rockets now led by 8, and Klay's court vision was on display, showing off his underrated playmaking. Steph Curry answered by finding Draymond Green, who passed it to Pikey. The ball swung around to Payton, who calmly knocked down a three-pointer, his second bucket of the quarter. That shot was huge, cutting into the deficit and exposing some cracks in Houston's perimeter defense. The defensive rotation was late, and Payton made them pay with a clean release and splash from deep. Dillon Brooks checked in for the Rockets, while Moses Moody returned for Golden State. The energy remained high, and sideline reporter Allie LaForce chimed in with an update. During the break, she reported that Rockets coach Ime Udoka praised his team's effort. "This is how we wanted to come into this," he told his squad. "Push the pace, dictate the tempo. We're right where we need to be to even up the season series." Right after the timeout, the Warriors struck back. Green picked off a lazy pass and took off in transition. He finished the play with a tough and one layup over Amen Thompson, converting the bucket and drawing the foul. Green, who had been quiet as the clock wound down in the fourth, it became a showcase of playoff grit. Podziemski, despite a quiet game, made a massive defensive stop, locking in and making the kind of play that doesn't show up in the box score but shifts momentum. Green tried to back down Podziemski in the post but couldn't shake him. The ball went out of bounds, and the Warriors gained possession, trailing by just 4. Back the other way, Curry dished it to Draymond, who kicked it to Jimmy Butler at the top. Butler launched from deep and nailed it, his first big triple of the game, off Draymond's third assist. After a forgettable first half, Butler was heating up when it mattered most. Brooks answered for Houston, feeding Green, who passed it right back to Brooks. The ball swung around to Thompson, then back inside. With the shot clock winding down, Van Vliet took on Green in isolation, but Green stood strong, denying the drive. Golden State stayed hot. Curry got the ball at the top and, with a quick move, carved up the defense for a layup, giving the Warriors a 1-point lead. The Chase Center crowd erupted. Curry was on fire, and Houston had to call a timeout. Coach Ime Udoka gathered his team, urging focus with the game hanging in the balance. Out of the timeout, the Rockets tried to move the ball, but the Warriors' hands were everywhere. Deflections, pressure, energy. Though Houston retained possession, the message was clear. Golden State's defense was turning up. Brooks took the next shot off a screen, draining a three from the wing after a pass from Mal B. Clay. Just like that, the Rockets reclaimed a 2-point lead. Brooks, known for his fearlessness, delivered in a critical moment. Back down the floor, Curry passed to Butler, who worked the offense. With the clock ticking, Curry got a good look, but missed. The Rockets grabbed the board, but the Warriors weren't done. Next possession, the line. Calm as ever, he knocked down the first, then the second. Rockets up by 4. Once again, Steve Kerr signaled timeout, drawing up one last shot at hope. With 24 seconds left, the Warriors needed a miracle. But Houston kept its composure. They secured a tough rebound off a miss, and with no other option, Golden State was forced to foul again. Klay Thompson headed to the stripe. Headed to the Atizama Fian, ice in his veins. First free throw, money. Second, nothing but net. A 6-point lead for the Rockets. Their bench was on its feet, and just when it looked over, Steph Curry pulled up from deep way downtown and drilled it. Another jaw-dropping. Triple from the 2-time MVP. He was scorching hot, possibly heading toward a franchise playoff record with his late-game shooting, but then, tough break. Steph fouled out. The heartbeat of the team was done for the night, and Golden State had to dig deep into their bench. Houston smelled blood. Back to the line they went. The Rockets stayed composed. Another pair of free throws dropped, pushing the lead back to 5. Their guards were poised, calm, clinical. Moody got a look on the final possession, but couldn't convert. Final. Rockets 112, Warriors 107. The buzzer sounded, and the Rockets walked away with Game 1. It was a statement win. The most important. Game of the series? Possibly. But what's clear is this. Houston found the formula. They outlasted the Warriors, matched them shot for shot, and executed down the stretch. Now the pressure shifts. Game 2 is coming fast, and Golden State has work to do.